High school sports on Ticket TV is presented by your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor and Wilson Street in Brewer. Greenway Equipment Sales in Bangor and Ellsworth. Nothing runs like a deer. Darling's Auto Group. You'll do better at Darling's. Visit darlings.com. Next Home Experience, the market leader. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience. The Furniture Gallery, a family-owned Maine company with locations in Bangor, Augusta, and North Windham. Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center, the place to be in downtown Bangor and at herosportsgrill.com. Levesque Business Solutions, your one-stop source for office equipment and office furniture. Dean's Detailing, the leader in auto detailing since 1971. Book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. And Northeast Driving School, Greater Bangor's #1 driving school for 56 years. Eastern Maine Community College, one college, many possibilities. Visit emcc.edu. High school sports on Ticket TV is also brought to you by Maine Trailer, Dairy Queen in Old Town and Bangor, Uno Pizzeria and Grill, Acadia Federal Credit Union, Flash Me Maine Photo Booth Rentals, Autumn of Life Home Care, Black Fly Coffee, Angelo's Pizzeria, Hartford's Auto Service, UMaine Online, Old Town Redemption Center, the Coach House Restaurant, UMaine Athletics, Bennett Auto Center, Tiller and Rye, Orno and Callis IGA, The Growing Place, Bangor Tire Company, Pat's Pizza in Hamden, Union Street Laundromat and Dry Cleaning, Danforth's Down Home Supermarkets, AM Construction and Roofing, Doors Equipment Company, Hillside Athletics, The Fitch Company, Tony Murray's Fairway Auto Sales, Tim's Plumbing, The Farmer's Table, Knowlton Automotive, American Made Home Goods, Back Alley Bar and Grill, RT Electrical, Auto Radiator Services, Mainstay Skincare, Pucksport Hannaford, Mainly Audio, Maniac Snack Shack and Snip and Snack, Sweet Frog, Union Street Towing, Sweet Cheeks Bakery, Creative Options LLC, Brewer Federal Credit Union, Down East Toyota, Husson University, Harvey RV, Seaboard Federal Credit Union, Thomas College, First National Bank, Napa Auto Parts, and Hammond Lumber Company. Let's get you out to the game.
All you guys, so now I know what can be done. I appreciate that. No, last time was good.
And welcome to Cameron Stadium tonight in Bangor for this Class A boys soccer matchup between the Bangor Rams and the Mount Blue Cougars. I'm Mark Paulette, welcoming you into the broadcast here on Ticket TV. It's the Darlings pregame show. I'm coming at you live from the Quirk Auto Group broadcast booth, where I'll be joined by Ernie Clark once he makes his way across the river from Town Square Media, where he's wrapping up the drive right now with Jim Churchill. We're about 13 and a half minutes from getting this one underway tonight. The Bangor Rams coming in here with a record of 3-4-1. Mount Blue, meanwhile, looking to keep a win streak going here, looking to run it to 3 straight as we take a look at the Class A North standings. Mount Blue hanging out in the 5th spot, 5-2. The Cougar record. Bangor, you see 3-4-1. Their last couple of times out, they scored a victory over Hamden Academy, 2-0 on Tuesday night. And then last weekend, it was a 1-1 tie with Camden Hills. You see there the lone blemish on Camden's record at 6-0-1. Lewiston atop the division at 7-1-1. Brunswick a strong 7-2 as well. They beat Bangor recently by a score of 6-2 down south. That look at the standings is presented by Acadia Federal Credit Union, a full-service financial institution with 8 branches, 3 of them in Bangor. Find out how Acadia can enrich your life at acadiafcu.org. Ticket TV is presented by Greenway Equipment Sales, your locally owned John Deere dealer. See the Smith brothers in Bangor and in Ellsworth, because nothing runs like a deer. We're also presented by your local family-owned McDonald's. Extra value meals are officially back, and McDonald's is making bold moves to put value back on the menu so you can save when you make your favorites a meal. Whether you love the Big Mac, crave the quarter pounder with cheese, or can't get enough McNuggets, there's a value meal for you. Stop by your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor, as well as Wilson Street in Brewer. Ticket TV is also presented by Next Home Experience, the market leader. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience. We'll take our first time out in the pregame show. When we come back, a look at the rosters for the Cougars and the Rams as we make our way towards the kick tonight in Bangor.
Darling's Kia is your #1 Kia dealer in Maine, and we've got something for everyone. Whether you're shopping for an all-wheel drive gas, EV, hybrid, or plug-in hybrid, Darling's Kia has a full lineup to choose from. Plus, enjoy affordable lease programs and other incredible deals on award-winning Kias, all covered by our 10-year or 100,000-mile warranty. The best in the business. The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. Shop Darling's Kia. You'll do better at Darling's.
Your local professional, eco-friendly office space partner is Levesque Business Solutions, your one-stop shop to get the job done. Handling all your office furniture and printing machine needs at an affordable price. Offering full system integration into your workplace and local service on everything we sell. We can even remote monitor your system with just-in-time inventory and service need assessments. Little to no downtime gives you peace of mind. At Levesque Business Solutions, your solution is only an email or a phone call away.
You deserve a clean car. Let the pros at Dean's Detailing renew your vehicle's appearance and protect your auto investment. Enjoy your ride. Dean's gift cards are the perfect fit. Dean'sDetailing.com.
Heroes Sports Grill and Entertainment Center offers fantastic food and drinks in a fun, family-friendly atmosphere with 29 flat-screen TVs for your sports viewing pleasure and an arcade with prizes for the whole family to enjoy. Whether you're looking for a drink at the bar while watching your favorite sports team or trying to find a place to bring the family for a great meal out, Heroes is the place to be. Heroes also offers takeout or catering for any event in the Bangor area, large or small.
Come for the food.
Stay for the friends.
Your local family-owned McDonald's on Wilson Street in Brewer, Union Street and Main Street in Bangor are currently hiring new team members. Schedules that fit your life with full-time, part-time, and flexible schedules that adjust with your needs. Pair individualized schedules with tuition assistance to further your education. It's a great, future-focused combination. Apply today at jobs.mchire.com. Search for your locally owned McDonald's on Wilson Street, Union Street, and Main Street. Explore your future at jobs.mchire.com.
Nothing runs like a deer.
And Greenway Equipment Sales makes it easy to keep your John Deere running smoothly year-round. Our mobile maintenance truck will come to you and service most walk-behind and riding lawn equipment right in your yard. Just call or schedule online. Whatever the season, we'll have you tuned up, sharpened up, and geared up to mow or blow whatever Mother Nature dishes up. Contact the Smith Brothers today for service delivered.
Nothing runs like a deer. From Greenway Equipment Sales, family owned and operated since 1994.
Get looped, get sold with Next Home Experience.
And we welcome you back to Cameron Stadium here in Bangor, getting ready for the Rams and the Mount Blue Cougars tonight on Ticket TV. You see the records right there. We showed you the standings in the last segment. Mount Blue coming in 5th place in Class A. Bangor right in the middle of the bottom portion of the standings in 8th. It's the mid-year here in high school soccer. Game number 9 for the Rams, game number 8 for the Cougars. High school soccer on Ticket TV is presented in part by Darlings in Bangor. This is the Darlings pregame show. You can shop new Ford, VW, Audi, Honda, Nissan, Volvo, and Kia, or used of all makes. Visit darlings.com. Also presented by Heroes Sports Grill and Entertainment Center. Whether you're watching some sports at the bar or taking the family out for a great meal and some fun, Heroes is the official place to be in downtown Bangor and at heroesportsgrill.com. Let's meet the teams that we'll be watching tonight, beginning with the visitors from Mount Blue. This is how the roster takes shape for the Cougars. They've got a healthy program, as you can see there from the numbers. 9 swing players between varsity and JV. 1 freshman, 10 sophomore, 8 juniors, and 7 seniors is what the Cougars roll out there. For the home team, the Bangor Rams, also just 1 freshman, 6 sophomore, 4 junior as well. Once we take a look at the Rams roster here in just a moment. Bangor led by a baker's dozen worth of seniors, 13 seniors on the roster for head coach Don Erb. That look at the roster is presented by UMaine Online. 60-plus online degree and certificate programs offered through Maine's flagship university. You can apply now at umaine.edu/online. Ticket TV coverage is also presented by Levesque Business Solutions, your one-stop source for office equipment and office furniture. It's Levesque Business Solutions. Call 942-2226. And we're also presented by Dean's Detailing. For over 5 decades, they have been Maine's auto detailing leader. Renew your vehicle's appearance, protect your auto investment. Feel good and look good in a clean, shiny car, and book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. We'll take another time out in our pregame show. When we come back, a look ahead at all that is to come up the rest of the week on 92.9 The Ticket and Ticket TV, right around the corner on the Darlings pregame show.
With Maine's largest network of parts, Coastal Auto Parts keeps things moving. If it's got wheels and an engine, we've got the parts to keep it on the road. From work trucks to weekend rides, if it's on the road, we're behind it. At Coastal Auto Parts, we're driven by more than engines. We're powered by the people who count on us. Because serving our community is what keeps us going. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
When you're ready to remodel your kitchen, find all the materials and services you need at Hammond Lumber Company. Get inspired by the extensive in-store displays in Hammond's kitchen, bath, and flooring division. Hammond's designers will help you visualize your space before the work begins, and all design fees are refunded when you purchase your materials from them. And Hammond delivers from 34 locations across Maine and New Hampshire. When it's time for a new kitchen, it's time to bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
With Thomas College, it's possible to earn a degree in 3 years and a master's in 1. It's possible to find yourself graduating career ready through one of the nation's first guaranteed jobs programs. It's possible to become the future you, the one you dream to be. Because for 130 years, we've been dedicated to helping students unlock their possible. Because we're in the business of possible. That's Thomas College. Unlock your possible at thomas.edu.
New or used? What's your preference? If you prefer to buy used, it's smart to buy a Toyota certified used vehicle from Down East. Here's why. All vehicles go through a rigorous 160-point inspection. They come with comprehensive and powertrain warranties, a Carfax history report, and 7 years of roadside assistance. Plus, qualified buyers get low new car financing rates. It's true, the best new cars do make the best used cars. For Toyota certified used vehicles, all roads lead to Down East on Wilson Street in Brewer.
For over 80 years, Seaboard Federal Credit Union has been putting its members first. Founded in 1940, we've grown alongside our communities with branches in Bucksport, Ellsworth, and Herman. We're not a big bank, and we're proud of that. We're member-owned, community-driven, and here to help you build a better financial future. Whether it's saving for a goal, buying your first home, or simply managing everyday life. Seaboard Federal Credit Union, the smart place for your money.
Back here in Bangor with the Rams and Cougars, just over 3 minutes away from being introduced to the home fans. Coming out to support the Rams here at Cameron Stadium tonight, Ticket TV coverage is brought to you in part by the Furniture Gallery. Exciting news for Midcoast Maine this fall. The Furniture Gallery is family-owned and operated, a local business opening its 4th location in the Topsom Fair Mall in October with a long-standing presence in Bangor, Augusta, and Wyndham. They're looking to bring that same energy, exceptional service, quality furnishings, and value you can trust to the Topsom area. Shop local, save money, sleep better at the Furniture Gallery. We're also presented by Northeast Driving School, the leader in driver training since 1969. You can register for driver's ed courses today at Greater Bangor's #1 driving school. Go to northeastdrivingschool.com to select your course. Mark Paulette joined now in the broadcast booth by Ernie Clark, making the trip across the river for us double dutiers, having to do some show hosting today and a little soccer play-by-play in color.
Yeah, now we just have to get the breath level down after climbing the stairs here to get to the press box. But
they don't make it easy on you here.
No,
you got some bleachers to run up, but you got your steps in.
Should be an interesting game though tonight. Mount Blue off to a good start this season at 5-2. Bangor 3-4-1, and I had a email exchange with Donnie Erb, the Bangor coach. Just heard from him not long before the game, and he mentioned the fact that he thinks Bangor is playing at its best so far this season. They made a change in goal.
Did they?
A couple of games ago. Jasper Sparks, who had been one of the forwards for the Rams, now playing in goal. This will be his third match. But since he's been in the goal,
it's been pretty good for the Rams.
It's been really good. They tied second-seeded and I think defending state champion Camden Hills.
Only blemish on the roster of the on the record of the Windjammers at 7-0-1.
Yeah, 1-1. That was on the 27th last Saturday, and then in their most recent game beat Hamden 2-0. And so, and Donnie explains that we had to make some changes, and we sacrificed a little bit on the offensive end with Jasper Sparks now playing in goal, but it has made a difference on the defensive end. We mentioned just the one goal in the two matches, including the one stalemate with Camden Hills. So feeling pretty good about it. But this is a test. Bangor is, in 8th place? They have the final playoff spot right now. Mount Blue is in 5th place. So this is a valuable game for the Rams, particularly given the fact it's on their home field as well. So we'll see if they can continue what the head coach believes has been a good stretch of soccer for them here over the last week or so.
See the Rams making it over to their sideline. The pregame is just about over. The final seconds winding off the clock. We're about half a minute away from meeting the participants in the contest tonight between the Rams and the Mount Blue Cougars here on Ticket TV, where our coverage is presented by Eastern Maine Community College. At EMCC, every student has a story. Some are just beginning, others starting a new chapter. Wherever you are, your future can start at emcc.edu. We're also presented by Praise Auto Sales. If you're looking for your next ride, Praise Auto Sales on Outer Broadway in Bangor has you covered. Guaranteed lowest prices every day. No waiting for a sale. Over 40 years of trust, integrity, and dependability. Visit praiseautosales.com today. We'll take our final time out of the pregame show, and when we come back, we'll get some keys to the game from Ernie. We'll have the starters ready to roll, and it'll be the kick between Bangor and Mount Blue right around the corner on Ticket TV.
All right, let's check out the Kubota lineup, coached by Doors Equipment in Bangor.
Wow, that's a beast right there.
Yeah, and this bruiser can really move the pile.
The field doesn't stand a chance.
Uh-oh, the other team's looking orange with envy.
You mean green with envy?
No, orange is in Kubota Orange, built to mow down the competition.
And with Doors Equipment coaching this crew, I feel bad for the other team.
Better luck next year, boys.
Making the competition orange with envy. Doors Equipment, Bangor.
Acadia Federal Credit Union keeps you in touch with your money using our mobile app, Acadia Go. Access your account anytime, anywhere. Check balances, transfer funds, pay bills, and even deposit checks with the tap of a button. That's not all. Now with Apple Pay, use your fingerprint to pay for purchases. It's quick and your account information is never shared. Apple Pay is safe and private. Acadia Federal Credit Union. We keep you mobile.
Nothing runs like a deer.
And Greenway Equipment Sales makes it easy to keep your John Deere running smoothly year-round. Our mobile maintenance truck will come to you and service most walk-behind and riding lawn equipment right in your yard. Just call or schedule online. Whatever the season, we'll have you tuned up, sharpened up, and geared up to mow or blow whatever Mother Nature dishes up. Contact the Smith Brothers today for service delivered.
Nothing runs like a deer. From Greenway Equipment Sales, family owned and operated since 1994.
Looking for your next trailer or shipping container? Come to Main Trailer, your one-stop shop for all your trailer and container needs. We've got a huge selection of trailers for work or play, plus durable shipping containers. We can even customize them to fit your needs. At Main Trailer, we don't just sell, we service what we sell. That means expert repairs, inspections, parts, and registrations all under one roof. So whether you're hauling, storing, or customizing, make your next stop Main Trailer. Main Trailer, the place to buy your next trailer or shipping container. See us today in Hamden or Auburn.
Hi, I'm Steve Prey. My father built Praise Auto Sales on trust, integrity, and dependability. Today, we work hard to carry on those same qualities. Praise Auto Sales has now grown to 2 locations, which gives you a bigger and better selection to choose from. We have a wonderful service department. They really thoroughly examine every vehicle before we sell it and also maintain your vehicle after the sale. Our financing department works with banks, local credit unions, and alternative financing to help you get in the vehicle of your choice. At Praise Auto Sales, you don't have to wait for a sale. We offer every day guaranteed lowest price. We really are an extended family of grandparents, parents, kids. Come on out and see us and you'll see why we've been in business for 40 years. Plus, we do free appraisals. Praise Auto Sales, Outer Broadway, Bangor.
Stop in for a burger, burrito, or delicious item off the lunch menu. Cool down or warm up with drink options such as fresh squeezed lemonade, milkshake, hot or iced coffee. We also have Butterfield's homemade ice cream or over 20 flavors of shaved ice, with a variety of bakery items with gluten-free options available and our dog treats for your fur baby. Come visit us at Maniac Snack Shack and Sniff and Snack Bakery and Barkery at 45 Condescade Road in Levant.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of work, you know, and everybody's got really busy lives, and for us, we love animals, and we like this idea of homesteading. I'm a high school English teacher, and I'm attending online courses at University of Maine. I was ready for that next step. I was ready to take on something new, and thinking about what that commute would look like kind of held me back. Having a university that's so flexible, that online learning ability has been wonderful, and I absolutely feel like I'm part of this UMaine community.
Fall into savings at the Furniture Gallery. Curl up with a leather reclining sofa for just $8.98. Hosting for the holidays, save up to 20% on dining furniture. Get the guest room ready with 10% off bedroom furniture and sofa sleepers from $6.25. Fall in love with your home this season with the help of the Furniture Gallery. Don't miss out on 18 months special financing on Tempur-Pedic and Stearns & Foster mattresses. Support our Maine family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, and North Windham.
Your first car, your first edition, and your first edition. We're here to help with all of life's firsts. Brewer Federal Credit Union. BrewerFCU.org.
We've got a 100-year-old company here, and it's because of the service, the quality, and the experience. It gets done right.
I think we've been doing it for so long. The only thing that we do, that when we walk into a room, we automatically know how to treat that window. We can take any product that the customer's looking for and make it work in just about any situation that they present us with. So
there's no reason to be overwhelmed. No. We can help you through it.
We're not going anywhere. We've been around for 100 years.
Life is so much better when you impact the lives of those around you, and with Creative Options, you will. Creative Options provides services and support to adults with intellectual disabilities, and right now, Creative Options is looking for shared living providers who take clients into their own homes, kind of like adult foster care. You'll enjoy a generous, tax-free stipend to work from home and make a difference in someone's life. To apply for this tremendous opportunity, simply visit creativeoptionsllc.org. That's creativeoptionsllc.org.
Harvey RV and Marine in Glenburn is turning 2025 holdover season into their biggest RV savings event of the year. Shop luxury motorhomes, fifth wheels, campers, and compact travel trailers, all with can't-miss discounts and pricing. Or you can shop their huge selection of pre-owned RVs for even more savings. Plus, trade-ins are always welcome. Couples, families, and adventure lovers, this is your chance to downsize or upgrade and live the RV lifestyle at Harvey RV and Marine, just 6 minutes past Tractor Supply, Outer Broadway, Glenburn.
The hands-on experience is such a crucial part of education, period.
The faculty are incredible. They work so hard to make sure that all their students have what they need to succeed.
There's all kind of opportunities, and I'm just very grateful knowing that I have a job lined up full-time when I graduate, and that is all thanks to coming to Hudson.
We are back here in Bangor at Cameron Stadium. The Cougars and the Rams just getting ready to head out onto the pitch for this Class A boys soccer match on Ticket TV. This broadcast is brought to you by Maine Trailer, your one-stop shop for trailers and shipping containers. Whatever you haul or store, Maine Trailer has you covered in Hamden and in Auburn. Time now to get the keys to the game. Ernie, what do you have for the Cougars and the Rams?
Oh, we talked about it briefly in the last segment, and that is Bangor's adjusting to kind of a little bit of a, well, not a little bit of a change, but a significant change with Jasper Sparks moving from a forward slot into the goal. So Bangor's kind of redesigning their offense in terms of where it's going to come from. They scored 3 goals in their last 2 matches, not a ton, but enough for a win and a tie. And we'll see how Bangor comes out offensively. Dom Queso, sophomore, the leading scorer for the Rams. You saw him have a big game earlier in the season. Raiden Sudborough in the midfield, trying to help control that in terms of creating opportunities for Bangor as well. So we'll see how they do offensively. Mount Blue, on the other hand, we've got to watch them defensively. They've only given up 14 goals this year, but 12 of them came in their 2 losses. 4 to Mount Ararat to open the season. They're a very strong team up near the top of the standings. And then perennial power Lewiston beat them 8-0. So they've got to tighten up defensively against a Bangor team that potentially is, now that they've maybe straightened some things out, potentially has a chance to be one of the better teams in Class A North here during the second half of the season.
Rams trying to make that second half charge, coming up from the bottom portion of the standings, entering tonight's play at 3-4-1. About 30 seconds into the contest here as the Rams chase that one down in their own defensive end. The clearance, though, is intercepted by Mount Blue, jumping right into the action. I believe that was Lincoln Tierney with the takeaway down there. There's a shot in from distance, and Sparks had to leave his feet to make sure he had it covered. Not too far above the crossbar there on the first attempt by the Cougars.
I said it wasn't going to be hard to read Mount Blue's numbers.
I was thinking that exact thing.
They're gold on white, and they're big numbers, but once you get surrounding light, what's left of the sun, and things like that, not that easy. So bear with us. And some of those numbers, at least until it gets dark, it should probably get easier to see them.
I'm thinking in the second half, we're going to know all the Cougars in front of us. For now, it's going to be a little bit of a feeling game here.
Have to wait and see a little bit.
Out of bounds across the far side of the field. Mount Blue not wasting any time before tossing it back into play. They've been on the attack here, really, since gathering possession about a minute ago. Bangor trying to bring it out of their defensive end, but again, a loose touch allows the Cougars to jump right back on it. There's a nice challenge as Philip Mosconi able to poke it with the toe and at least gain a little bit of field positioning. Mosconi backtracking there to win possession back.
Yeah, Town of Farmington has a good soccer tradition, particularly at the college level with UMaine Farmington. Yep. I used to cover that team a lot back in the newspaper days, and it was always fun to watch UMaine Farmington and Thomas and Colby. They were all very successful back in these days. UMF and Thomas were in the NAIA, and they would play against each other 2-3 times a year. And then Colby was in the NCAA's Division III, and these are 3 schools, 35 miles apart combined. They played vastly different brands of soccer.
Did they?
Yeah, but they were all very, very successful. And then when they would play each other, it would be kind of fascinating to watch the different styles of play, kick and run, the short passing game, and something in between when I described those 3 schools. But I learned a lot about the game of soccer from just watching those 3 teams play, because that was about the only 3 ways you could play back in those days, and they were able to do it.
Nate Zelliger standing over this free kick 35 yards out from goal, and he is going for it by the looks of it right at Jasper Sparks, who catches it with the mitts head high.
Yeah, good hands. Yeah, Zelliger, I believe, is the leading scorer for the Cougars this year, senior captain. You can see the stripe on his left arm.
Yeah, great bit of skill to get around the first defender, still with the ball glued to his feet, trying to get around a couple more Rams. He plays in a right-footed cross, but it's over everybody's head.
Yeah, good idea, though. Had somebody to head it just a little bit over his head.
Taken back in the corner initially by the Cougars, and they're going to win a corner kick out of this after Bangor had to poke it out beyond the boundary. Just over 3.5 minutes into this contest, which is brought to you in part by the new Dairy Queen Fall Treat menu. Try the new Caramel Toffee Cookie Blizzard Treat. Enjoy the Pumpkin Pie Blizzard Treat. Or try the new Maple Cookie Shake. Discover the DQ Fall Treat menu in Bangor and in Old Town. Cross comes in, gets through a couple of swinging legs. Now a left-footed shot, and Sparks is glued right to that post to snare it out of the air.
Yeah, good job of concentration there by Sparks. A lot going on in front of him. And he was able to make the save cleanly as Bangor trying to get the ball out of its defensive end. Cougars have dominated the first 4 minutes here. A couple of shots on goal and really complete territorial domination.
Lucas Smith just having to put that last chance out of play, and just like that, the Cougars are back on it. Zelliger plays one for a forward to run after, but it'll get all the way through to Sparks back there in goal.
Yeah, Sparks, a senior forward. I don't know how much goal he's played. I assume he's played some goal along the travel soccer trail, and you can kind of see he
looks pretty comfortable on the first few chances back there.
Yeah, he's got good instincts. He's showing early in the game on when to go out and get a ball, when to contest it, and then just, again, the concentration part when the ball finds itself in traffic near the goal crease.
Bangor here just trying to send it across midfield, but unable to do so as the Cougar back line intercepts.
No wind tonight. You can see the flag on the scoreboards is still, and so too are the flags at the opposite end of the field at the corners.
There's a nice give and go as the Cougars trying to advance it up the far sideline. A little bit of a mistouch there will allow Bangor to put it out of play for a throw. This holiday season, take your party from nice to unforgettable. Flash Me Main Photo Booth Rentals bring the fun, the laughs, and the memories your team will love. Don't wait, book now at flashmemain.com. Throw in, flicked along with a back heel, and Sparks with a save. That was a great opportunity for the Cougars in there, getting a couple of looks at it, but Sparks up to the challenge.
Yeah, a couple of players, and Mount Blue beats Bangor to the ball there, gets a foot on it, but Sparks is right there, again, anticipating where the ball was going to go, and makes a challenging save.
First advance down the other direction for the Rams comes up empty as it's out of play for a Mount Blue throw. I believe that was Tierney, right? 11 right there that had that last effort for the Cougars.
Yep. Trip there on Bangor, so the free kick for Mount Blue, and a deep one it is.
All the way already up near the 18-yard box, and Bangor having to take the short route out to try to clear it. Able to do so up near the midfield, and you just see how quickly the Cougars scramble to every loose ball, not only with speed, but then some physicality once they get there to hold off the Ram player.
Yeah, they've pretty much got the edge in every category here so far.
Played in down the sideline. Cougars put it back into the midfield. A race for the ball is won there by Mount Blue. Daxton Gifford was going after it, the Ram midfielder. Cougars charging up the far sideline, now cutting back towards the midfield. A giveaway to Bangor, and I think right now Don Erb would just like to see his team keep possession for an extended period of time right now.
Trying to get it to a place where they can actually run an attack and have some runs that are fed by passes. Of course, a steal wouldn't hurt either.
Kispa with the steal, trying to feed Mosconi here, running after it down towards the end line. He's able to keep it in play. See if he can get a cross in as he tries to loop his way around the Mount Blue defenders.
Yeah, needs to get rid of the ball at some point here.
Passing it off here to Smith, who will try a left-footed curling effort wide of the mark.
A bit of a blind shot, but you got to start somewhere, and at least Bangor able to sustain the ball in its offensive end long enough to have an attempt, although not pressing against Cooper Keller, the senior goalie for the Mount Blue Cougars.
Not only are we battling the number coloring for the Cougars tonight, they also put the old surname first, so I'm sure that a few times in this broadcast I will be
I'll be
calling people a little more formally than I intend to.
Last name, comma, first name. Well, at least they got the numbers in order, at least the ones that match up with what they're wearing.
There's Bangor again trying to get into the box. That one takes a deflection out behind, and it'll be a corner kick for the Rams, their first.
Yeah, good work there. Good tackle, too, but number 10, Dom Queso, persevering and getting the ball out of bounds off Mount Blue.
Goal-scoring threat for Bangor. We saw him score 4 in a game earlier this year. That one pops up and winds up behind the net.
That was Queso that got his, I don't see what part of his body he got it, but he's going for, he got a foot on it, but Keller might have got a piece of the foot too.
Yeah, he caught a piece of something because Cooper Keller, now you see him back on his feet, but he took a minute to sit up there.
Yeah, he was down for a little while as the ball attracts everybody in that situation, but Cooper Keller seems to be okay.
Cougars opt for the short route from the back, and Bangor is able to pick it off. A little miscommunication there, but the Rams keep it under their possession. Mosconi trying to feed one through to the back door. A nice interception along the way by the Cougars, and Keller is able to scramble over there and collect.
See if he sends one long distance here.
Punting it down to about the 44-yard line here. Approaching 10 minutes off the clock in this first half. Autumn of Life Home Care is looking to hire reliable caring workers to help assist clients with daily living activities while remaining in their own homes. Flexible schedules in an office located at 695 Stillwater Avenue in Old Town. Call 217-6026 or follow them on Facebook. We're also brought to you by Angela's Pizzeria. If you're in the mood for mouth-watering pizza or Italian food made from fresh ingredients, try Angela's Pizzeria, Bangor and in Hamden. Back heel setup and the shot off the post. That was nearly a candidate for assist of the year here on Ticket TV. Have another look.
Right there, the shot. Did the goalie get a piece of that?
He might have. Sparks was quick with the reaction.
We'll give him credit for it there. It was a heck of a play, three-man play, and there's another entry by Mount Blue. That was a heck of a play. Three-man. Started out with Zelliger, number 10, passing it ahead to Tierney, and Tierney just spotted another teammate out of the corner of his eye and just dropped it back to him for the most dangerous shot to date in this match.
Sparks to Sparks right there. Great to Jasper, who gives it away. And then the Mount Blue attempt wide of the goal.
Let's see. That's going to be a goal kick. Didn't know, but Bangor might have tipped it, but they didn't.
Cougars making a couple substitutions. 2 players off. 2 sets of fresh legs on. Great night here for soccer, as you mentioned. Calm out there, the flag still at its side. A little cool, but certainly not chilly tonight. I think it was honestly warmer than I was expecting today.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be warmer tonight than it was last night. Last night, north and west of here got down in the low 30s.
Here's a chance for the Rams trying to angle into the box. Can they get a cross in? They still have possession of it. Now going out to find the angle. Pass across the back line of the 18-yard box, deflected by the Cougars, and Mount Blue able to hold off the Rams.
Yeah, Sudborough there trying to keep possession for the Rams.
Little field possession there, but out of play for a Mount Blue throw. And called back by a few yards there as the Cougars tried to get a jump start. Another substitution being made right now by the Cougars. You can start your day right at Black Fly Coffee, a local coffee shop with drive-through mobile ordering, serving the best coffee in the area, along with bagels, baker items, donuts, and more. 107 Main Road in Holden, just across the Brewer line. That ball leaves the complex, so they're going to need to track down a new one over there on the sideline as it's out onto the Cohen soccer field behind us.
Some Mount Blue kids, maybe JVs over there practicing their shots. Maybe, and one of them's going to get the ball.
Long throw here for the Cougars. Down to about the 15-yard line before it's headed out, and Bangor watches it out of play because it's their throw. 13 minutes off the clock here at Cameron Stadium, still in search of our first goal. Jasper Sparks playing a big part in keeping that score line 0-0. Pass across the back line of the defense by Bangor is taken away here. Mount Blue waiting for some white shirts to come down to this end of the pitch. Quick touch there for Dylan Hamlin. Bangor now on it through Mosconi. Just out in front of Smith on his attempted pass. Daxton Gifford resets things for the Rams. Now it's Mosconi trying to win it back. Gifford once again is on it. Nice job by Smith switching the play and finding an open man on the far sideline, but a little too open. Drifted offsides there.
Good idea by Smith to try to set that teammate up there deep on the left wing, but it's a fine line between onsides and offsides sometimes, and Wing got just a little bit ahead of himself.
Punched up across midfield by the Cougars. The Rams send it back down that way. A chance here for Bangor as Kispa tries to poke it around the defender.
Well, Blue, a lot of substituting.
Yeah, they are
in the game.
They roll in the new legs.
Keeping players in the game as fresh as they can be on this artificial turf field. I think they play on natural grass down in Farmington still.
Cougars trying to play it across midfield, and now it's Bangor has been able to flip the positioning of the pitch a little bit, keeping the pressure down at this end and not allowing Mount Blue too far beyond the midfield stripe.
You see Mount Blue doing it with a little bit of a deeper kick at times, and that allows them to get an advantage in manpower, whereas the short dribbles allow the defense to catch up at the other end when the Bangor is trying to advance the ball.
Rams trying to make their way up that far sideline, put out a play by the Cougars. The Coach House Restaurant and Brewer has you covered for home-style cooking, homemade desserts, and experience-friendly staff. Takeout available at 457 Wilson Street in Brewer and at thecoachhouserestaurant.com. Rams getting ready to make a couple of substitutions here, sending off some players to get warmed up as they have it down in the box. Can they find an angle to pick out a pass? And it looked like that one got deflected out off of Bangor for a goal kick.
Yeah, Mount Blue getting its defenders back very quickly. Bangor without much in the way of clean looks.
Double substitution, make it a triple substitution coming up here for the Rams. Wyatt Chandler, Daniel Castro Guzman, and Wesley Ty all getting ready to enter the contest at the next stoppage. Mosconi, nice move there to get around his defender. Feeding a teammate up the sideline in space. Smith tries to play the cross in, takes a deflection out, and the Rams have a corner.
That's a good ball movement there by Bangor to advance the ball down the wing, and then finally Lucas Smith looking to center the ball, caroms it off a defender, and the Rams pick up their second corner kick of the match so far.
It'll be a left-footed entry here for the Rams from the corner down by the Cohen School. It's taken short. Smith returns it. And now it's blasted in towards goal. Bangor ducking underneath it. Now a shot is popped up towards the far corner, but drifting away off the right foot of Xander Pike.
Yeah, a lot of chaos in there, but Pike with the final shot that goes wide and high.
Hartford's Auto Service at 62 Liberty Drive in Herman does repairs on all makes and models of cars and trucks. With over 3 decades of experience, they can provide routine maintenance, brake and suspension repairs, muffler repairs, and more. Visit the Hartford's Auto Service Facebook page or give them a call at 989-6322. Had a play at the back, so once again, the Rams will have a chance from the corner flag.
Yeah, Bangor is starting to control the play in the midfield here, and that's leading them at least to a lot more possession time in the offensive end.
This one delivered deep, and the Rams able to connect with it, but send it wide of the back post. Let's see who got the left foot to that.
That was Queso, I believe. Right foot, just wide. There's 2 Bangor players in the area.
Mount Blue looking to take it short again from the back. Quick passing for the Cougars as they get it back up near midfield. Stevie Davis plays it forward. Bangor's back on it through Raiden Sudborough. Nearing the midway point of this first half, still in search of our first goal. A deflection into the midfield allows the Cougars to jump onto possession. Miscommunication there. And Bangor puts it out of play along the far side. Old Town Redemption Center is the original redemption center of Old Town for 30 years. Family owned and operated, open Monday through Saturday with $100 giveaways each month. Old Town Redemption Center, 13 Chester Street in Old Town. Call 827-7887. Bangor thumps a clearance up to midfield. Cougars recycle it through their back line and back with the ball at their feet, now taken away by Bangor. There's some of that midfield skill as the game's worn on here for the Rams. Bangor taking it down that far sideline, still in play.
It was Queso. They're trying to get a throw in, but unable to, and then a good entry there. But no Bangor can get ahead on it.
That was a good whipping ball in from the wing. Inches over the head of Smith there and not too far in front. Wyatt Chandler trying to run to the back post. Chandler, the first to that ball. Bangor back on it. They were trying to get it up to Castro Guzman. Smith over to Ty on the far side.
See longer passes, changing of fields. I'm sure Don Erb is happy to see that.
Nice lead pass there from Gifford. Cross played in by Bangor, but nobody home to receive. Cougars want to break the other way as quickly as possible. Carrying it up the near sideline underneath us and getting whistled for a little chicken wing action right there.
Yeah, it was about 6 inches from the official, so hard not to see that. Doesn't have to be too much either. It's just the act of the, I guess, winging, right?
Yeah. Extending that elbow out,
yeah,
making it obvious for the referee.
Trying to create the space he needed to continue what had been a pretty long run with the ball.
Give you a look at the school profiles here. Next chance we get at a stoppage.
Mount Blue with 3 shutouts this season defensively. 4-0 win over Skowhegan, 2-0 win over Mount Abram. Mount Abram Class C, the other one of the other high schools in Franklin County, and I believe within the last 2 years, maybe last year, state champion in Class C. And the Shadows of Sugarloaf up there, that was a 2-0 win, and then they also beat Messalonsky 3-0. They've been shut out just the one time. That was by Lewiston, 8-0. I didn't see the standings, but I'm assuming Lewiston's up near the top.
Yeah, they're right up there. Nice give and go here by the Rams, and Chandler is able to win a free kick. Dangerous position here for Bangor, and a chance to swing one in almost with the same effect of a corner.
Yeah, it's some striking distance here with Lucas Smith ready to, well, he or Queso are both standing there.
Smith was the one that crossed it in.
Screen froze, so I didn't see what happened.
I think we're experiencing a little technical difficulty out there.
Wasn't a goal, we know that.
It was not. We're on wide cam right now here at Cameron Stadium. You're not missing any of the action. You might just need to break out your binoculars.
Well,
might be a wiring issue going on currently with our main cam, so we're going to bust it out to this backup view. Call this the panoramic view.
Oh, here's a send-in.
Played through by Bangor, but only getting as far as Keller at the back. for the Cougars.
Keller saw that early. Is he able to come out near the edge of the box to beat a Bangor player to the ball?
Boy, you saw it the last wide view, too. The Cougars getting ready for a full line change. 5 new white shirts standing down there on the touchline ready to come in at the next whistle.
They really are going in like 5-minute increments, seems like.
Fresh legs for Mount Blue. Played forward here by Bangor. Again, it's Chandler making the run down the near sideline. He's had some nice runs since coming into this game. Trying to get around his defender. A little out behind Smith there. Bangor trying to steer it back into the midfield through Pike, and Mount Blue takes over briefly. Pike here defensively for the Rams.
Ooh.
And a shove in the back. Mount Blue. Not a fan of that call, but it seemed rather obvious. Again, right in front of the referee.
He runs by a guy in a yellow shirt, and he knows that's not a Bangor Ram, so who could it be? And went with both hands on that one. So
might have been a little bit of a sell job there on Pike's end after watching the replay, but you win yourself a whistle. That's what you're trying to do.
And he is running forward, so it's kind of adds to his momentum there to the point where he fell. He's just trying to control the ball at the same time, or at least get to it.
Bangor playing it through the back line right now, up towards the midfield. The Rams are finding pockets of space here to operate in. They've really grown into this game since the opening 5 minutes was thoroughly dominated by the Cougars.
Yeah, they had Mount Blue had 4 or 5 shots in the first 5 minutes alone, and they're sitting on 5 shots on goal right now.
Smith watches that one out, and the Rams win a corner from it. 14 minutes remaining in this first half. Looks like Lucas will stay right down there to take it. Or will he?
Well, he's kind of waiting to see if somebody wants to.
The math may have changed with the 5 new Cougars coming out onto the field. He might have someone to go mark in the midfield. Oh, they changed the call.
It's going to be
a
goal kick now for Mount Blue.
That would be why Smith wasn't taking it.
Yeah, it's why one of his teammates was joining him down at that end of the field. It wasn't that they didn't like him. They just, that wasn't going to be the play.
Tonight's contest brought to you in part by Bennett Auto Center. Experience the Bennett Auto Center difference at 99 Thatcher Street in Bangor and online at BennettAutoCenter.com. Also brought to you by Tiller & Rye, a local grocer located at 20 South Main Street in Brewer. Proud to offer products from right here in the great state of Maine. Cougars giving chase, but the Rams deal with it.
Smith. Yeah, he's pretty.
He's a calming factor in the midfield.
He's very crafty in the midfield. He's always seems to know what to do, whether it's a long ball, a short pass, something to take the pressure off the Bangor defense, or kind of accelerate the Bangor offense from back there.
Smith trying to lead Queso there. Mount Blue sends it in the opposite direction. Good job there by the Rams back line rather than just punting it immediately in the other direction, stepping around a defender and allowing Bangor to creep across midfield with this possession.
It seems like less dribbling and more passing now by Bangor, so that doesn't allow the defense to congest where the ball is, which makes it more difficult to dribble. And they're able to move the ball and switch fields as a result.
12 minutes remaining in this first half. Bangor playing it all the way back, and Pike having to dribble out a couple of chances for the Cougars to steal. That one goes out of play, and it'll be a Ram throw.
Should be Bangor.
Orono and Calais IGA is where you can shop smart, shop local at Orono IGA and Calais IGA. They are proud to support their local communities and Maine schools and student athletes on Ticket TV. Orono and Calais IGA is our hometown proud. Another entry here by the Rams gets over to Gifford. Turn and a shot from distance, and oh my goodness, it's off the top of the crossbar and then up off the crossbar, the goal post from, 36
30.
or 37 yards out from goal. That was nearly perfectly placed.
Yep, about a foot too high to get off the top of the post. But a good, accurate shot from the middle of the field. A quick turnaround shot, almost.
You could see it, too, right off the foot and the reaction of Keller in goal, where he all of a sudden was backpedaling a little more frantically than maybe he intended to.
Yeah, and as it turned out, he couldn't do anything about it, but the shot was just off by a tick. Bangor threatening here again.
Chandler turning onto the ball, dispossessed by a couple of Cougars there in the box. Now back up to Chandler on the sideline. Unable to get around his man, and the Cougars jump onto it. Nice burst there by Mount Blue coming up the sideline, continuing the run and winning a free kick after a hard challenge. And kind of like the Rams had at the other end, the Cougars now with a chance to, in effect, play in across here off the set piece.
Quinn Haft, number 13, one of 11 sophomores on the Mount Blue varsity roster. 7 seniors, 8 juniors, 11 sophomores, and 1 freshman. Bangor, 13 seniors, 3 juniors, and 6 sophomores on its varsity roster.
Here comes the cross for the Cougars. Dealt with initially by the Rams, but still loose there outside the box, and now Bangor with the clearance. Maybe looking for a little more. Smart play, though, by Chandler just to take it under his control and make sure possession is key for the Rams. At the next stoppage, we'll get you those school profiles, and there it is right there as the ball goes out of play. Here is what we've got on Mount Blue coming up from the Farmington area.
700 the enrollment at Mount Blue High School at Farmington. Cindy Pratt, the athletic administrator, was a heck of a field hockey player back in high school. Cindy Caldwell. Joel Smith, the principal for the Cougars. And did you know Farmington is the birthplace of Chester Greenwood, who invented the earmuff at age 15 in 1873. Town still celebrates Chester Greenwood Day every December with a parade. It's either the first Saturday or the first Sunday in December. They have Chester Greenwood Day. I've been there on a couple of occasions.
Good old Chester.
Armed with earmuffs.
Gotta be, right?
Oh, they're very practical, actually. I'm not a huge hat guy in the winter, but earmuffs are where it's at for keeping that part of my body nice and warm.
Several substitutions right now for the Rams. Let's show you the Bangor school profile while we have a second here.
1,100 the enrollment. Stephen Enestein, the athletic administrator, and Paul Butler, the principal for the Rams. Bangor's waterworks, built in 1875, once pumped 5 million gallons of water a day with, quote, the big pump, the largest in New England, later even powering the city's streetlights.
Hey, back around that time, Bangor was on a Big Apple kind of pace.
It really
the
was.
lumber capital of the world.
Yeah.
Pumping 5 million gallons a day.
Hydropower.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we don't have more of that now, but we don't like to build dams and endanger some fish.
Ooh, Mosconi with a chance to play in across after a deflection. Gets Bangor in the ball in the box. And the follow. The Rams have the lead, scoring the game's first goal. 7:33 remaining in the first half, and it belongs to one of the senior captains, Raiden Sudborough.
Raiden Sudborough. I thought, who was over here on the right? That 14, I believe it was. Mosconi that took the cross. I thought he had a chance to take his own shot, but saw something better. At least Sudborough saw something better.
From the way that this game began, Don Erb has to be just thrilled that his team leads 1-0, 7.5 minutes away from halftime. Mount Blue came out like they were shot out of a cannon to begin in the first 5 minutes, and since then, Bangor started off a bit slow, but over the last 20 minutes or so, they have taken control of this contest.
Well, it starts in the middle of the field with a combination of the midfielders and the backs being able to control the ball, so that Mount Blue has rarely got it into an offensive position here over the last 25 minutes or so, and Bangor's kind of controlled the play between the 30s, really, and that led that finally a wide open shot. Bangor's only got 3 shots on goal, but positionally they've controlled the better part of this half after the fast start by Mount Blue.
So the Rams just a couple moments ago, inches away from getting on the scoreboard, now leading it 1-0.
And again, you also have to thank the new goalie, relatively new goalie, Jasper Sparks, for keeping the Rams in it over those first 5 or 6 minutes when Mount Blue was putting plenty of pressure on and preventing the Rams from falling behind the Cougars.
A little bit of a giveaway there by Bangor in a shooting position, and there's Sparks knocking it out of the air with the mitts.
Yeah, their first shot in a while, mistake by Bangor on the defensive end there. And Sparks didn't let the Cougars take advantage.
The punt winds up close to, if not in the stands here at Cameron Stadium, out of play. But you saw Sparks, before he put that down to the midfield, just motioning to his players, come on, get upfield. Let's get the action away from here. Mount Blue's got it right back down there, and off a deflection, Sparks was leaning the opposite way. He was leaning to his left, and that ball off of, I believe, a Bangor defender. He had to go down to the right.
Yeah, that was Zellinger, who's dangerous in the offensive end, was early in the match, and has been in several other games this season for the Cougars, and kind of see why, but Sparks was ready for that shot as well. 7 saves here in the opening half for Jasper Sparks.
And like you said, that was probably the first in at least 20 minutes.
20 minutes, sure. Yeah, they had 5 right off the bat. I hazard to say in the first 5 minutes, their first 5 shots, and they've picked up their last 2 here in the last couple minutes, but in between that, not much for the visiting Cougars.
Here come the Cougars again with a strong run down that near sideline, a battle for possession. Nothing yet, says the referee, but a nice job. The Cougar right back to his feet to keep it alive and then lose it out across the end line for a Bangor goal kick.
Yeah, that was, I'm sorry, Wyatt Jessen, number 14, not number 13. Wyatt Jessen, who I should have mentioned a couple times, but mentioning him there now, has done a nice job on that left wing on a couple of different possessions for Mount Blue.
Wyatt, one of those swing players that the Cougars have on their lengthy roster.
Yeah, they have total. They have 27 varsity players, 11 additional JVs, and 9 of those players swing players. So they've got about 40 kids in the program, same as Bangor. Bangor with just 40 kids in its program. So good, healthy numbers there for both of these clubs.
Free kick here goes the way of the Rams with just under 4.5 minutes remaining in the opening half. On Ticket TV, where our coverage is brought to you by The Growing Place, helping families grow for less and polishing your home and style for a fraction of retail costs. Check them first, check them often. Do Green. Sustainability is always trending at 548 Hammond Street in Bangor. Our coverage also brought to you by Bangor Tire Company. From a lawnmower to a skidder, Bangor Tire Company has you covered since 1927. The best in tires and service. Find them at 514 Colebrook Road in Herman or at BangorTireCompany.com.
Mount Blue, one of the smaller schools in Class A North at 710 students. Bangor, one of, I believe, 9 main high schools with over 1,000 students at this point.
Now, what is the nearest to Bangor? Nearest 1,000 student
point. 1,000 students.
You're getting down to...
I think it's either Oxford Hills. Oh, no, or be in the Lewiston-Auburn area.
Yeah, EL, Lewiston, somewhere around there.
Yeah. I don't know which one, Lewiston or EL, is closer. I know Lewiston's well over 1,000.
Yeah.
They're in the top, along with Thornton Academy, I think. They're like 1 and 2 in terms of enrollment.
3 minutes just over remaining here in the first half as the Cougars have a goal kick. Once again, taking it short. Bangor defense trying to come up to not allow the Cougars any space to run into, and a long back pass there. Sparks to Sparks. Great at Jasper, who returns it up the sideline to Wesley Ty.
Probably used to pass it in the other direction when Jasper was playing on the forward line.
I guess that is the one part of it, right, where you now kind of have a sweeper keeper in effect who you have full confidence in his skills with his feet because that's where he's been spending the majority of the year.
Right. Yeah, the previous goalie, a sophomore, who got playing time as a freshman, and so he's getting experience. But you can just kind of look at Jasper Sparks at this point, at least, and kind of understand that he knows what he's doing back there, and again has real good instincts for soccer in general and the goal position in particular.
Here come the Rams through the midfield, and that's a great through ball up ahead to Mosconi. Mosconi plays in a first-time cross, but nobody hanging out at the back post to collect it. Bangor keeps the possession alive down in the far corner, looking to get in another cross. They do, but Mount Blue is there for the clearance. Chance here for the Cougars to try to counter. A lot of red shirts behind the action right now.
Yeah, pretty good speed with the ball there by Mount Blue.
Good defending along the far side of the field, but the Cougars stick with it, and they're through in the box. Cross comes in. Sparks with the first deflection. The second, Bangor's saying, went straight out, and they would be right.
That's Zelliger again doing serious damage with the dribble. Got kind of bottled up in the corner, but suddenly found himself along that end line, getting around to the inside of a Bangor defender or two, but finally the ball goes out of bounds off the Cougars.
We're inside the final 60 seconds of the first half here at Cameron Stadium. The home team leading Mount Blue 1-0. A goal from Raiden Sudborough with 7 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in this first half. Another Bangor advance up that far sideline. They get around a couple of defenders here, looking to play a cross in. Nearly picking out a teammate at the back of the 18-yard box. Bangor's back on it, but the Cougars poke it free.
Yeah, Queso wanted to take a shot. Got near the ball a couple of times there. Unable to gain control.
Zelliger with a takeaway in the midfield, striding forward for the Cougars. Bangor picks out the first clearance, but only back to Zelliger. He'll tile it up, and it's through the uprights. And that should be the last action of the first half. 3, 2, 1 off the clock as you see that final attempt.
Yeah, Zelliger, an open shot from about 24 yards out, but just overshot the goal, and Bangor with a 1-0 lead.
They played that first half to near perfection for the final 30 minutes of it, and the Rams on top of the Cougars 1-0 at the intermission. Coverage on Ticket TV presented by Pat's Pizza in Hamden. Whether watching or playing, soccer can work up quite an appetite. That's when it's time for Pat's Pizza on Main Road in Hamden. Call 947-6488 or visit patspizzahamden.com. Don't go anywhere. The Furniture Gallery halftime show comes your way next on Ticket TV.
Heroes Sports Grill and Entertainment Center offers fantastic food and drinks in a fun, family-friendly atmosphere with 29 flat-screen TVs for your sports viewing pleasure and an arcade with prizes for the whole family to enjoy. Whether you're looking for a drink at the bar while watching your favorite sports team or trying to find a place to bring the family for a great meal out, Heroes is the place to be. Heroes also offers takeout or catering for any event in the Bangor area, large or small.
Come for the food.
Stay for the friends.
It's time for a reset. McDonald's is putting value back on the menu. Extra value meals are back, only at McDonald's.
He can't catch a football, but he can fetch you a home. Catch Luke at Next Home Experience.
You've always known what you wanted, no matter how far down the road it looked. We're here to help you get there. Brewer Federal Credit Union. BrewerFCU.org.
Fall into savings at the Furniture Gallery. Curl up with a leather reclining sofa for just $8.98. Hosting for the holidays, save up to 20% on dining furniture. Get the guest room ready with 10% off bedroom furniture and sofa sleepers from $6.25. Fall in love with your home this season with the help of the Furniture Gallery. Don't miss out on 18 months special financing on Tempur-Pedic and Stearns & Foster mattresses. Support our main family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, and North Windham.
Sometimes life is a cluttered mess, but your car doesn't have to be. At Dean's Detailing, we have a variety of packages that will make your car look new again. Change your outlook. Book your appointment now at deansdetailing.com.
Welcome back to Cameron Stadium in Bangor, and welcome in to the halftime show. It's presented by the Furniture Gallery. Exciting news for Midcoast Maine this fall. The Furniture Gallery, a family-owned and operated local business, is opening its 4th location at the Topsom Fair Mall in October. With a long-standing presence in Bangor, Augusta, and Wyndham, their team is ready to provide Topsom with the same exceptional service, quality furnishings, and value they can trust. Shop local, save money, sleep better at the Furniture Gallery. We'll get you a look of our University of Maine fan cam here at the half coming up in just a couple of moments. And most importantly about that first half, Ernie, very tidy as far as the time that it took. Sitting here at 6:46, 6 minutes remaining in the half, 40 minutes in the second half. Of course, we got Red Sox-Yankees first pitch of Game 3, winner-take-all, coming up at 8:08 p.m. So we're right on time here tonight to get out of Bangor before that one begins. There's a look at our fan cam. Presented by University of Maine Athletics. Black Bear football on the road for the next two. Maine hockey. Heard from Ben Barr today on the drive from his appearance yesterday on the Morning Roast. Maine hockey getting things going tomorrow down south.
Yeah, non-counting game against the University of New Hampshire. They've done that, this I think the second year that they've done this as a preseason contest. Last year held the game at Colby College. This year holding it at Bowdoin College in Brunswick. We'll have that on the airwaves of 92.9 The Ticket tomorrow evening. But a good way to get started 1 week before the regular season actually does begin on the 10th of October with a home game against Holy Cross.
Yeah, get some exposure down in the southern part of the state. You know, everybody's clamoring to see the Black Bears, the number 7 team in the country, to open up the 25-26 season. Let's get a look at the first half highlights here between the Rams and the Cougars. Bangor with the only goal from the first 40, but plenty of action. These highlights presented by Next Home Experience, the market leader.
Yeah, all Mount Blue here over the first 5 minutes of the game. There's a shot there over the crossbar by the Cougars. Here's Bangor with an attempt. Little collision there. Nice pass there. And that was Zellinger who took the shot off the pass from Lincoln Tierney. It was actually a three-player play. There's Mosconi across the goal, off a defender, and to Raiden Sudborough for the lone goal of the match. That coming with just 7:33 left. Good chance there for Mount Blue off a giveaway by Bangor in the defensive end, but Jasper Sparks rising to the occasion to make the save, and Bangor with the 1-0 lead.
How many saves did Jasper have in that first half?
Mount Blue 7 shots on goal. Jasper Sparks 7 saves. Bangor just 3 shots on goal, 2 saves for Cooper Keller. 3 corner kicks for Bangor, 1 for Mount Blue. Those are the stats for the opening 40 minutes.
Our coverage on Ticket TV brought to you in part by Union Street Laundromat and Dry Cleaning. For over 30 years, Bangor's best dry cleaners ask about their military and senior citizen discounts. Open 7 to 7, 7 days a week at 1001 Union Street in Bangor. Also brought to you by Danforth Down Home Supermarkets, family owned and operated since 2007, now with 2 great locations, Route 2 in Herman and Somerset Avenue in Pittsfield. Let's take a look at the upcoming broadcast schedule. 2 games tomorrow night, a game on Saturday, and then it's on to next week here on Ticket TV. Friday Night Lights, we got another 2-crew setup. One in Old Town, where the Coyotes host the Hampden Academy Broncos. Ernie, you and Jim will be up in Herman, where the Hawks play host to the Riverhawks.
Yeah, Herman undefeated, one of 3 undefeated teams left in Class C, the statewide Class C, along with Greeley and Gardner. Greeley is coming up tomorrow night to Dover-Foxcroft. That's about a 250-mile ride to play the Ponies in a Class C matchup. Skowhegan in Class B, by the way. So I think Herman played them last year, too, and beat them. But be a good matchup. Skowhegan coming off a narrow loss last week. Then Hampden, Old Town. Old Town picking up its first win of the season last week, looking to make it 2 in a row at Victory Field on Friday night as they host the Hampden Academy team, seeking its first victory of the season.
This week on Ticket TV ends, and next week begins with a little John Baps Crusader action on the gridiron and the pitch on Saturday. John Baps football plays host to Maranacook, and then on Monday, the Crusader girls host MDI, and I got to imagine that game's up at UMaine, isn't it?
It is, indeed, on the new soccer field up at UMaine. The football game on Saturday night, right here at Cameron Stadium. John Baps coming off a huge win last Saturday night over Winslow, 27-14. And this is a Class D North game, Maranacook, Reedfield. But Reedfield is one of those schools kind of in the Augusta area. It's bounced back and forth between Eastern Maine and Western Maine, Northern Maine and Southern Maine, depending on the sport. Remember them playing Caribou in a basketball state championship game.
Not too long, right before the pandemic.
It was not too long ago. Very good game actually Caribou won in double overtime. Second straight year they won a state championship game in double overtime after beating Cape Elizabeth the previous year down in Portland in 2 extra periods. So Maranacook struggling somewhat this year. I think he got a win over Belfast last week. But John Baps undefeated and a threat to win it all in Class D.
Cougars back on the pitch. Rams just about to join them. A final timeout here at the half. Back for the second half kickoff right after this on Ticket TV.
Now open, Darling's Ford Commercial Vehicle Center, 80 Haskell Road in Bangor. Servicing almost all makes and models of medium and heavy-duty trucks and RVs, from half-tons to vehicles weighing up to 75,000 pounds. Our factory-trained technicians and dedicated service bays are here to keep your wheels on the road. Schedule service now at darlingsford.com. Call 992-1691 or stop in today. You'll do better at Darling's.
With Maine's largest network of parts, Coastal Auto Parts keeps things moving. If it's got wheels and an engine, we've got the parts to keep it on the road. From work trucks to weekend rides. If it's on the road, we're behind it. At Coastal Auto Parts, we're driven by more than engines. We're powered by the people who count on us. Because serving our community is what keeps us going. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
Back here for the start of the second half. It's Mount Blue ball trailing this contest 1-0. Raiden Sudborough with the game's only goal, 7 minutes and 33 seconds before we reached the intermission.
Bangor will try to get off to a better start here in the second half than they did in the first half when Mount Blue dominated the opening 5 minutes, but Bangor largely had control of the final 25 or so with strong play in the midfield in the back, although there's a giveaway right there.
Cougars settling things at the start of this possession. Now putting it out of play into their own bench. Ticket TV coverage brought to you in part by AM Construction and Roofing. Protect your home from the top down with AM Construction and Roofing. Serving Bangor, Machias, Ellsworth, Augusta, and beyond. Past customers earn $100 for referrals, $100 referrals. And right now you can save $500 on every roofing project until the end of the year. Call 551-6235 today for your free quote.
Bangor got away with a little bit of a push off there, but Mount Blue unable to take advantage as Sparks comes up with the ball.
Telling his teammates to push it upfield, 90 seconds into this second half.
Yeah, he can give his team great field position just off the goal kicks there. Right there, kicked it about 55 yards.
Moscone battling to try to win the ball back for the Rams. This will be a Cougar throw right in front of their bench. Thrown a little deeper down the sideline this time. It deflects to a Cougar in the midfield, but Bangor, nice job to get it away from him, and that Mount Blue bench is a popular spot right now.
Good hands over there.
Rams just trying to get it out of this little bit of congestion in front of the Mount Blue bench. Now able to do so, bringing it up the sideline. Although the Cougars will watch that one out of play. Doors Equipment is your local Kubota dealer. They can help you with equipment needs. Visit doorsequipment.com. Sparks sends it out wide. All kinds of space in the midfield here for Bangor. And Mosconi, is he on sides? Yes, he is. He splits the defenders, still going, and finally has it taken off his foot there.
Yeah, was trying to get it to his right foot in a position where he could take the shot. Wound up going east and west, and that allowed the defense to catch up from behind and contest him and ultimately prevent him from taking a shot. So it's good work of staying with it by Mount Blue defensively there.
Braden Sudborough, the game's only goal scorer with that throw. Offside's the call there against Bangor, so the Cougars, a free kick from the 20-yard line. At Hillside Athletics, they're passionate about sports and feature cutting-edge equipment to help you better your game. Visit hillsideathletics.com for a full list of equipment, services, and training packages. Sparks opting for the quick clearance there.
Well, he got it from a teammate, so he couldn't pick it up, and got rid of it and changed the direction.
Technical difficulties have returned here in the second half. We'll try to get those squared away as quickly as possible. Mount Blue continuing this advance, and Bangor takes it away just inside the 30-yard line. Not sure this camera wants to cooperate with us either.
Yeah.
Keeping the picture for now as the Rams try to get a clearance across midfield. That one actually took a deflection, although Mount Blue is able to keep it in play across the far sideline.
It's good work here the last couple of minutes by Mount Blue. Haven't got rewarded with a shot yet, but
left-footed cross down to the edge of the box. Now a shot comes in very high, and Sparks catches it off the short hop.
Knows he's not going to get contacted very hard in that situation, otherwise it's going to be a foul. So he had a clear path to that high ball.
Action stuck in the midfield right now. Cougars again, if they can square this up, in a shooting position.
Good defense there.
Yeah, nice takeaway there by Bangor. Coming up this near sideline, continuing the run, and winning a throw. How about that bit of action from Sullivan Parizo?
Yeah, that's excellent work there. First to get the ball and then to control it, change the field.
There's a nice takeaway by Gifford for the Rams. Mosconi plays it back into the midfield. Cougars back on it. It's Ram team defense, though. Oftentimes being the first to the loose ball. Here's Mosconi with it at his feet. Switch and play into the midfield where he finds Smith. And now Smith sends a runner down the far sideline.
Queso.
Pass back to the midfield is short, and the Cougars do not boot it out of play along the far side. That ball bends back into the field of play. Sparks has to come all the way out of goal, and now Mount Blue tries to beat him back there. Sparks can't find him, but it's off to its left and out of play.
And he didn't touch it, so it's going to be a goal kick there. That was a chance for Mount Blue right there. from a long ways away, but with Sparks out of the goal, all they had to do was get it on net, and it had a chance to go in, but wide to the near side from where the shot was taken.
The Fitch Company is where you'll find experienced electrical and control systems engineers, field technicians, designers, and drafters all ready to meet varied engineering challenges or handle projects. Visit them at thefitchcompany.com. Action on Ticket TV, also brought to you in part by Tony Murray's Fairway Auto Sales, home of the complimentary 6-month, 6,000-mile major component coverage plan, Route 1 in Hancock, and at tonysfairwayauto.com. And Tim's Plumbing, where service is their specialty for all your plumbing needs. At Tim's Plumbing, call 735-4969 or visit timsplumbingmaine.com. Cougars have once again controlled possession here at the start of the half, as they did in the first half. Shot through to Sparks, though not all that threatening, rolled across the ground.
So the Tigers have moved on with a 6-3 win over Cleveland. Detroit Tigers moved on. Cubs leading the Padres 2-0 in the bottom of the 6th.
That will make for a happy Tom Osborne tomorrow.
Indeed. He was all dressed in Cubs regalia in the office this afternoon.
Resident Cub fan over at Town Square Media. 9 minutes off the clock here in the second half. Bangor's got another 31 to go to see this clean sheet through. Smith advancing through the midfield, found a little bit of space to operate within and gets it over to Mosconi. Now back with Smith. Down towards the box. Won the physical battle to begin with, and then gets a free kick out of it.
And gets pushed just outside the penalty box there, so be like a corner kick, although perhaps a little more dangerous as close as it is to the line. We'll see how Bangor plays this.
A defender being told most likely to back up here by a couple of steps.
Yeah, a couple of steps.
One-man wall guarding that near post. Getting instruction from Keller at his back. Smith puts it on Keller, a deflection off of him. And a clearance out of the area by Mount Blue. Keller was in a tough spot there because that ball was on him, but also still kind of had the effect of being a pass right into the middle of the goal face.
And I think it might have short-hopped him as well, which just adds to it. Knows he can't. You got to be careful not to let the rebound go right back out to the center of the field, because that's where the players are charging to try to do something with that initial shot.
Takeaway here by the Cougars in the midfield. It's a two-man break trying to go at the Bangor defense, and the Rams able to get it away from that pair. Still here with the Cougars.
Threat there for Mount Blue, but Bangor finally able to get numbers back.
And the Rams win a throw across the far sideline. The Farmer's Table is where you can go for home-style cooking, just like Mom makes it. 15 Stetson Road in Corinna. As a Cougar is spilled, and a free kick coming up here for Mount Blue.
Yep, just inside.
Let's see, about the 13-yard line or so from where they'll be crossing this one in.
Zelliger.
With the delivery, Bangor gets to it initially. Cougars trying to chase it down there in the far corner.
Shot
Still
is blocked
in the box
there and cleared by Bangor.
Rams trying to bring it back to the midfield, just out beyond Lucas Smith, and out of play in front of the scorer's table.
Good idea to switch the field. Don't know that Smith thought it was coming.
Once again, Mount Blue down in the corner. Fancy footwork there, trying to get into a shooting position. Zelliger, I believe that is, sweeps it on goal, but wide of the near post.
Yeah, he's been pretty active. Little little unlucky here. Played well so far. Hasn't been rewarded on the goal sheet.
Bangor clearing it up across midfield. Nice run continued here.
Daniel Castro Guzman. A little footwork there, and now the center.
Get the angle for the cross. Doesn't get fully into the box. This one's played in on goal, and Keller grabs it out of the air.
Sudborough again with that shot.
Got to send you off to a picture-in-picture break here in a few moments. Try to find a stoppage in the action, though, first. This certainly isn't it, as the Cougars trying to work it around the Bangor defense, and Sparks comes charging out of goal, sliding across the turf.
No fear there. Went down where in kicking range, but again, addressed that play aggressively and came up with the loose ball before Mount Blue could do anything with it.
Knowlton Automotive is a full-service preventative maintenance and auto repair center. Family owned and operated. Knowlton Auto provides guaranteed service at a fair price. 3297 Broadway in Kenduskeag, or at knowltonautomotive.net. Our coverage also brought to you by American Made Home Goods. Stop by AMHG Works at 36 Springer Drive in the Rennie's Plaza in Bangor to explore their incredible selection of USA-made products. Bangor plays it up the sideline.
Yeah, after a steal by Mount Blue on the far side.
Shot on goal, but not threatening for Sparks to deal with. Quarter hour off the clock here in the second half. And as Mount Blue plays it back down to the midfield. Now a run down the far sideline. Trying to change the play over to this near side. And they're going to get a corner out of it as Bangor puts it off into the darkness.
Yeah, that was Luis Zavedra with the defensive effort there. It's going to be corner kick for Mount Blue.
Zelliger standing over it. Wearing the captain's armband. He's got the right-footed delivery. Scooped up to the back post, and Sparks rising up to catch it out of the air.
Yeah, looks like he's been playing goalie his all his life.
Jasper puts it into the sky. As he does that, let's send you off to that first picture-in-picture here in Bangor. Oh, I might have spoken too soon. Chance here for the Rams. Mosconi on the ball. Unable to get around the defender, though. And the Cougars bring it back toward the midfield. All right, now let's send you off to that picture-in-picture break. You won't miss anything because you're keeping an eye on the action right here at Cameron.
Black Bear Nation, it's football season. Join us for all the excitement of game day in Orono. For tickets to all Black Bear games, visit goblackbears.com/tickets or call 581-2327. Go Blue!
Your local professional eco-friendly office space partner is Levesque Business Solutions, your one-stop shop to get the job done. Handling all your office furniture and printing machine needs at an affordable price. Offering full system integration into your workplace and local service on everything we sell. We can even remote monitor your system with just-in-time inventory and service need assessments. Little to no downtime gives you peace of mind. At Levesque Business Solutions, your solution is only an email or a phone call away.
You deserve a clean car. Let the pros at Dean's Detailing renew your vehicle's appearance and protect your auto investment. Enjoy your ride. Dean's gift cards are the perfect fit. Dean'sDetailing.com.
Get looped, get sold with Next Home Experience.
Back here in Bangor, a little bit of a discussion going on with Don Erb in front of the Bangor bench. His side has a corner here, and it'll be a left-footed delivery from Dom Queso. 22 minutes remaining in the contest. Rams on top 1-0. Queso plays the entry header into the back of the net. Bashed home by the Rams. Have another look. I think that was Smith in the middle of it all.
Right there, it's the big man.
Catching the
20.
side of his head. Number 20 with 22:01 remaining, and Bangor doubles its lead.
Yeah, and just an attacking type of corner kick for Queso as well to put it in a position where somebody was going to get it. Going to have to take a hard blow off the cranium, but drilled it right into the back of the net.
Yeah, that was. I mean, it was a great header to put it on goal and to steer it into the back of the net. Dom Queso did the heavy lifting, though, with the pace behind that one, and Lucas Smith just had to stick the side of his face in front of it.
Just run onto it, basically. It was head high and good for a goal. Nothing that Cooper Keller could do about it as the Rams double their lead now.
Rams looking to continue their good run of form coming into this game off a 1-1 tie against Camden Hills, the only blemish on the schedule this year for the Windjammers, plus a 2-0 win at Hamden. Looking for more here. They got Chandler on the far side of the 18-yard box, but it'll be the Cougars to get to the ball first and keep it in play along the far sideline.
Yeah, that tie with Hamden followed up by a 2-0 win over Hamden Academy. That's the third shutout of the season for Bangor. All three of their victories so far have come via shutout, entering the day with a 3-4-1 record. The losses have come to Mount Ararat, Lewiston, Messalonskee, and Brunswick. And it was after the back-to-back losses to Messalonskee 4-3 and Brunswick 6-2, so they gave up 10 goals in those two matches. That Donnie Erb, the coach, decided that he needed to make a change defensively, and that involved moving Jasper Sparks back into net. Since then, they're 1-0-1 and on track for a second straight win if they can hold on to this 2-goal lead.
It would be a big one tonight over the Cougars.
Yeah, 5 wins, 5-2 at the halfway mark. The Cougars good for 5th place in Class A North, so that would be some good heel points for the Rams as they try to move up beyond the current 8th position. And I would suggest that before the Camden Hills game, they were a bit lower than that even.
Definitely.
So they've put themselves into playoff position with that tie and win, and another win here move them up even more.
Coverage on Ticket TV brought to you in part by the Back Alley Bar and Grill. If you're hungry after the game, swing by the Back Alley Bar and Restaurant inside Family Fun Bowling Center. The Back Alley where good times roll, and so do the bowling balls. Find them at 15 Hilder Street in Bangor, online at backalleyrestaurant.com. And from new construction to remodels, RT Electrical does it all. Owner Ryan Trabeau is licensed and fully insured, a master electrician ready to take on your residential or commercial work, plus generators, lighting, and EV chargers. Like RT Electrical on Facebook or call 694-1564 today. Let's take a look at the upcoming live events this week on 92.9 The Ticket as Dom Queso continues the possession for the Rams. Red Sox, Yankees pregame underway. First pitch, 8:08. Chance here for Bangor at the back is put through the uprights. I believe that's Casey Cull, number 4 off the JV roster.
He gets sent in. Shot contested from the right side, but still able to get it off just well high of the crossbar.
Put those live events back up real quickly. So after Red Sox, Yankees winner take all tonight, we got that Maine hockey exhibition game against UNH tomorrow from Bowdoin College. On Saturday, we got Maine football in the afternoon at Bryant. Red Sox, we hope they'll be playing on Saturday.
If they win tonight, they will be in Toronto on Saturday to play the AL East champion Blue Jays, the first of a best-of-5 series, before they finally go best-of-7 when it gets to the AL championship series.
Just have to make your way through the AL East playoffs first to get to the American League playoffs.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is at this point for the Red Sox.
Cougars trying to take it out wide here, but you see all the Bangor shirts back there defensively guarding this 2-0 lead.
Yeah, Bangor doesn't want to play too defensively, but they prefer to play defense with offense, but they will, armed with a 2-goal lead, only go so far that way. They want to make sure that they keep Mount Blue off the board here.
Advancing it there up to about the 20-yard line are the Rams. Auto Radiator Services has been serving the greater Bangor area for over 50 years. For general maintenance, repairs, and specialty services like remote car starters, call 942-4554 or stop by at 568 Hammond Street in Bangor. Also brought to you by Mainstay Skincare. Want to look and feel your best? At Mainstay Skincare, Dr. Shannon Allen blends medical precision with an artistic touch, helping you achieve natural, lasting results. Visit 12 Schumann Avenue, Suite 7 in Augusta, or call online, that doesn't make a lot of sense, or find them online at mainstayskincare.com. Mainstay Skincare, where the science of beauty is perfected. You can make calls online, but I don't think that's how they prefer to be contacted.
You see somebody yelling into their computer, you know that's what they're trying to do. As opposed to the phone.
Here come the Cougars trying to pick out a pass. Cut into the midfield and a takeaway by the Rams. We've been mentioning the recent schedule for Bangor here. Let's take a look at what's coming up next for these two schools, starting off with the Cougars. Mount Blue is running it out like this after this one in Bangor.
Yes, game on Saturday at Class B Belfast, noontime start, and then they play the Windjammers at home in Farmington. That's a pretty long trip.
Yeah, that's a long one
Camden
for the
Hills
Windjammers.
to Farmington, from the ocean to the mountains, for a 6 o'clock start on Tuesday, October the 7th.
Nice diving challenge there by the Bangor defender, and here's what the Rams are looking at.
Yeah, Bangor coming off the win over Hampden on the 30th on Tuesday, 2-0. They'll play them again. Actually, going to have some time off until the 7th, early next week against Hampden Academy. That game to be played here at Cameron Stadium, and then the Rams head down to Auburn to play Edward Little on Thursday the 9th.
Approaching the final quarter hour here at Cameron Stadium. A reminder, coming up after this one, it's the McDonald's post-game show. All the highlights, player of the game, and a look ahead at our upcoming broadcast schedule. Ticket TV brought to you in part by Hilder Street Auto. If you're looking for trucks or heavy equipment, Hilder Street Auto and Equipment, located at 2209 Route 2, is your one-stop shop. From skid steers to bulldozers to dump trucks and excavators, buy, rent, or consign with confidence. Call 951-1514 or visit HilderStreetAuto.com today. Bangor playing one into the box. Mount Blue with the first clearance. And the Cougars jump back onto it, sending it up to midfield.
Bangor working on its offense, but also working on the clock here with every possession.
Looking to milk every second that they can. There's a nice little dummy by the first Bangor player to the ball. Sending Parizo up the sideline behind it. Or is that
That's
Wesley Ty,
Wesley
actually.
Ty, number 12.
Get my 2s and 9s mixed up here. Bending through a couple of defenders in the box that time was Raiden Sudborough. And the clearance goes out into the Ram bench.
Johnny Erb with the nice hands there for the Rams.
Don't forget to start your weekdays the right way with the morning roast. Weekdays 6 to 8 a.m. I believe they have a guest host in studio tomorrow, right? Chris Rudolph joining Brian Sullivan for the Friday edition of the morning roast with Matthew Cunha. It'll be us two gents in the studio tomorrow from 4 to 6, myself and Ernie. Busy guest lineup for us, Ernie. It was already one. We've since added another professional pitcher. So we're already talking with Cody Lawyerson tomorrow, who made 5 appearances for the Minnesota Twins in September.
1.15
yeah,
ERA.
Very clean 1.15 ERA. And he's joining us right around 4:15, 4:20. In the segment following him, we'll be joined by Matt Pushard, who spent the season at the AAA level for the Miami Marlins. Actually won the AAA championship there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. Now, where was he playing?
Pitcher, closer.
No. I know he pitches. Came out of the University of Maine.
Looking like kind of 7th, 8th inning. Later in the game, but not closing.
What city was the home?
Oh, as far as the Florida AAA team, I want to say Jacksonville, but don't quote me on that.
Okay. No, I was just curious if he had played out of state or he got to stay in Miami. He's moved steadily up the ladder since coming out of UMaine, doing it the hard way as a closer short reliever, and now finds himself just one step of joining Loyerson in the major leagues.
And, I mean, he can take inspiration from Cody, too, who
Right.
had to grind through close to, if not more than 150 career minor league appearances, made his first appearance in the show as a 27-year-old this month. That's where Pushart is, too, which for a lot of guys is kind of make or break point in the minor leagues. But for someone coming off a 50-appearance season with a pretty clean ERA in the mid-threes at AAA,
Yeah, he had
I
a
think
role.
he's got a future in front of him.
You take those relievers, whether it's a closer or even those, the middle relievers, the guys that get you from the 5th to the 8th inning. There are spots all over the place for those guys, and both of them have put in the work. I would guess Lawyerson's been in the pros 5 or 6 years, and Pushad's quickly catching up on that.
Yeah, he's not far behind.
No.
4 or 5 at this point. Any guesses as to what the AAA affiliate of the Miami Marlins in Jacksonville goes by?
Jacksonville Duvals.
Jumbo Shrimp.
Jumbo Shrimp, okay.
So we've got a Jumbo Shrimp coming on the drive tomorrow at 4:35.
And do we know where Cody played his AAA before he came
AAA. Weirdly enough, I can tell you that the Minnesota Twins AA affiliate is in Wichita because of my strange
Wichita State
fandom for a certain team in that city.
Shockers.
Let's see, Minnesota AAA affiliate. Google tells me the St. Paul Saints, so
Okay.
not too far of a commute there.
Right there at home, yeah. Didn't have to move. That's kind of nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice, actually. Now, he's going to be up at Valley High School in Bingham, his alma mater, on Sunday.
Yep.
I think 1 to 3 o'clock for a autograph signing session and just to say hello to the home folks. He's actually from the town of Moscow. It's kind of a suburb of Bingham.
I'm going to be irresponsible here and go out on a limb. First Major League Baseball player from Moscow, Maine?
Moscow, Maine.
Yes.
I'm guessing so. There's a rich history of baseball in that western Maine world, but I'm not sure I've heard of any pitchers that have made their way all the way to the major leagues. He was a heck of a basketball player too. He was a guy that was very athletic, and you see a lot of dunks at the Class A level. He was playing in high school, but baseball was his sport. Big kid, like 6'4" or so. Got that pitcher's body where he can generate velocity to get you started on the road to the major leagues, and then later on you've got to kind of develop the additional pitches to complement the fastball, and that's what he's been working at. That's what Matt Pushad's been working at for the last few years. You gotta have that second and third pitch, and they have both done it. Well, that's good. That'll be cool. We got a busy show tomorrow. It's not just those two either. Chris Price from the Boston Globe talk Patriots, and
John Shields talking
Maine hockey as the Black Bears get prepared to play UNH at Bowdoin College. It must be a 7 o'clock start with a 6:30 pregame on 92.9 The Ticket.
Inside the final 10 minutes here, and the Rams have a free kick from a dangerous position, a chance to play one into the box that appeared to take a deflection along the way. It did.
It did.
And it'll be a corner for the Rams. Maniac and Sniff and Snack. Burgers for you, biscuits for Bowser. Maniac Snack Shack and Sniff and Snack, because best friends snack together. Find both in Levant and on Facebook. Tasty treats for humans and hounds. The Rams take it short, return it to the corner. Now put one in the air. Dealt with by Keller and out of play for another Bangor corner.
Yeah, Keller couldn't control the ball. He was right on it defensively. He was there when Queso took the corner kick pass and shot it.
There's a header and a goal line clearance by the Cougars. They had a defender positioned perfectly at that far post to deflect it off his chest and keep it a 2-goal deficit for the time being.
I don't think he was there specifically to get the header, but it turned out to be perfect positioning.
Bangor again not wanting to give up this attacking position.
I wonder if that was Smith again, by the way, just based on it was.
That was. Oh, that close to a
boy.
second. He thought he had that one perfectly placed.
He had that aimed. He couldn't have aimed it any better, but little did he know that Mount Blue had somebody there.
Inside the final 8 minutes tonight at Cameron Stadium. From the Friday night lights to the roar of the soccer crowd, Sweet Frog is your go-to game day treat. Stop in at 878 Sweet Bee, Stillwater Avenue in Bangor, and pile on the fun with froyo and ice cream and all your favorite toppings. Sweet Frog, where sports and sweets always win. And for over 40 years, Union Street Towing has been serving the greater Bangor area. They feature tow trucks, flatbed towing, recovery services, and roadside services, such as lockouts and jump starts. Fully licensed and insured. Call Union Street Towing at 942-4200.
What a great weapon to have, though, if you're Bangor, to have that kid that can make those corner kicks and also have a big physical presence like Lucas Smith, who's able to go up and rise above pretty much anybody on the field to get his head on it. I mean, they're 1 out of 2 in terms of those tremendous headers that Smith has had, but the corner kick itself by Queso has been couldn't have been more on target both times. The time that Smith scored and then that time where he probably could have scored.
Queso, a little stop and start to be able to play the cross in. Bangor snaps a shot away. Left-footed shot will skid wide as Keller chases it down. 6:45 remaining. We do owe you one more picture-in-picture break, so let's send you off to that right now. Back for the conclusion right after this on Ticket TV.
Harvey RV and Marine in Glenburn is turning 2025 holdover season into their biggest RV savings event of the year. Shop luxury motorhomes, fifth wheels, campers, and compact travel trailers, all with can't-miss discounts and pricing. Or you can shop their huge selection of pre-owned RVs for even more savings. Plus, trade-ins are always welcome. Couples, families, and adventure lovers, this is your chance to downsize or upgrade and live the RV lifestyle at Harvey RV and Marine, just 6 minutes past Tractor Supply, Outer Broadway, Glenburn.
My name's Mia, and McDonald's is helping me earn my degree. Through Archways to Opportunity, I can work and take college classes while receiving help with tuition payments. It's more than a job, it's my future. Apply today.
When it comes to repairing or replacing your windshield, Novus is the clear choice in glass repair. Locally owned and operated at 499 Hammond Street, we offer free mobile service in the greater Bangor area, as well as shuttle service during bad weather. We can come to your home, workplace, or anywhere you are. Novus is a preferred service provider by all insurance companies, and we can cover up to $100 of your insurance deductible. Whether it's repairing or replacing your windshield, door glass, mirror, or your rear window glass, you can count on Novus to be where you are when you need us the most. Call Novus today.
Didn't realize it was over the top.
Sparks tested from long distance at the end of that picture-in-picture break, but he had it covered all the way, eventually floating over the top of goal, and Bangor hanging on to that 2-0 lead. Ooh. Cougars, though, you can kind of sense the last charge coming from them here in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, had a good give and go right there, but the go was just a little bit ahead as Bangor tries to counterattack here.
Keller comes all the way out of goal up to beyond the 20-yard line to boot that beyond midfield. Support your local student athletes this fall with Bucksport Hannaford. Proud to cheer on their community teams and make this season a success. Hannaford, proud to be part of their community. That cross blocked by Bangor and out for a Cougar throw. Is your car still living in the 90s? Upgrade to Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with Mainly Audio. Visit them at 191 Beachland Road in Ellsworth or call 667-9777 because your car deserves a smart upgrade. Bangor dealing with it in the box, still loose. Mount Blue trying to get a shot away, but red shirts converging on the ball, so they play it out wide.
Well, Blue bringing extra attackers up into the offensive end. Bangor trying to gain possession and perhaps counterattack against it. Here we go. Oh, I stopped there. Queso wants a goal. You saw him score 4 goals in a game?
Yeah. He was
this
active
season
there against the Witches earlier this season on Ticket TV.
4-0 Bangor win. All 4 goals scored by Queso, the sophomore, who Don Herb tells me is the leading scorer with about 6 goals. Didn't have the exact number, but around 6. So a pretty balanced attack here for Bangor over the course of the season. And you can see why. You can see Queso's ability to kind of counterattack and just with the leg that he has, whether it's the corner kicks or just off the dribble, make things happen. And we've seen the Bangor corner kick at work here, with Smith scoring once and having a near goal on a second chance.
Bangor throw, or is it? Nope, it would be a Mount Blue throw. Rams just trying to jump in front and, if nothing else, kill a couple of seconds. Inside the final 3 minutes tonight at Cameron Stadium here in Bangor. Speaking of the Queen City, Greater Bangor's favorite hometown theater for over 40 years is Bangor Mall Cinemas. They feature luxury recliners and an upgraded food menu. Find showtimes and reserve your seat at yourneighborhoodtheater.com.
Something else too. They use Sparks as an outlet, much more than a lot of teams do. He's probably handled the ball a dozen times back there, as he's used to help kind of relieve pressure against the Bangor defense when they can get the ball back to him. Uh-oh.
Players down in the box, and here's the chance for the Cougars. A penalty with 2 minutes frozen on the scoreboard. Have another look at what led to it.
A little give and go here between Zeliger and Lincoln Tierney. Tierney gets it back to Zeliger, and the call is made inside the penalty box. So Zeliger, a chance to make this a one-goal game, and
time to really see what Sparks has in goal now.
Add a little drama to the situation, indeed.
Yeah, we've seen over these last couple of minutes how quickly the Cougars can get into an attacking position. So if they can cut this to a one-goal deficit, 2 minutes remain on the clock for them to find an equalizer. Zeliger with the run. The take, and just beating Sparks to that far post. The Cougars are on the board with 2 minutes remaining.
Sparks actually guessed correctly. Dove to his left, but the shot just too good inside that near post. No chance, just excellent shot by Zeliger, the senior, from Mount Blue. And suddenly it's a one-goal game here with 2 minutes to play.
Crunch time here, final 2 minutes, and everything up for grabs in Bangor. The Rams just trying to send that one deep. They want to keep the ball on this side of midfield. I say that, and they're retreating to the other side of midfield.
Just the third shot on goal of the second half for Mount Blue, as Bangor sends it back to Sparks to
trying to kill some time, and now Jasper will play it back up towards midfield off the head of a Cougar. Down to 90 seconds and counting here tonight. Out of play for a Mount Blue throw along that far sideline with 80 seconds remaining. It's brought back in.
Yeah, Bangor content to long ball at this time. Just keep it down at the other end, and they're going to get a kick there.
They get a free kick with under a minute remaining. How much time can the Rams take off the clock here?
Just outside of the penalty area there. Pretty clear trip, as Bangor's number 9, Daniel Castro Guzman.
The Rams
went flying.
No rush to put this back into play. Down to 40 seconds remaining.
Is that Lucas Smith? Indeed.
Into the middle of the area.
Oh.
Header's made. Keller a diving save with 35 to play.
That was Castro Guzman, who was the one that got tripped. It took the header that threatened to go in.
Ram fans trying to cheer on their squad and see these final 20 seconds through. Call Novus Autoglass today at 945-6688 to get your windshield repaired or replaced. One final chance for the Cougars. Breaking down to the 10 into the box. Shot blocked by the Rams. Clearance made, and Bangor's going to hang on for a big home victory. Or are they?
1.5 seconds to
whistle
go.
with 1.5 on the clock
As,
and an injured Cougar on the 40-yard line.
And not much you can do. Watch this play here. Here comes the pass to Tierney, I believe.
And you could see the player go down behind the action there, cramping up.
Got the ball on his right foot, but got it blocked away. Oh, boy. I couldn't tell what number that was, but a heck of a defensive play there. Might have been Queso.
Good sportsmanship by one of the Bangor captains, Lucas Smith, going over and stretching out the calf of the Cougar that was down there on the pitch. 1.5 seconds on the clock here, so.
Yeah, not much that can be done. That was just an injury. Bangor had possession.
So they get it off the restart.
Yeah, they're going to throw it here. All he's going to do is basically drop the ball onto the field.
There you go. A whiff of a kick from Queso, and the Rams win this one 2-1. A big home victory tonight in Bangor for the Rams over Mount Blue. For about 78 minutes, a defensive masterclass put on here by Bangor on Ticket TV, where our coverage is brought to you by Bangor Window Shade and Drapery, offering custom blind shades, drapery, and outdoor awnings at 105 Main Street in downtown Bangor. Don't go anywhere. The McDonald's postgame show comes your way next on Ticket TV.
It's time for a reset. McDonald's is putting value back on the menu. Extra value meals are back, only at McDonald's.
Life is so much better when you impact the lives of those around you. And with Creative Options, you will. Creative Options provides services and support to adults with intellectual disabilities. And right now, Creative Options is looking for shared living providers who take clients into their own homes, kind of like adult foster care. You'll enjoy a generous, tax-free stipend to work from home and make a difference in someone's life. To apply for this tremendous opportunity, simply visit creativeoptionsllc.org. That's creativeoptionsllc.org.
Fall into savings at the Furniture Gallery. Curl up with a leather reclining sofa for just $8.98. Hosting for the holidays, save up to 20% on dining furniture. Get the guest room ready with 10% off bedroom furniture and sofa sleepers from $6.25. Fall in love with your home this season with the help of the Furniture Gallery. Don't miss out on 18-month special financing on Tempur-Pedic and Stearns & Foster mattresses. Support our main family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, and North Windham.
Nothing runs like a deer.
And Greenway Equipment Sales makes it easy to keep your John Deere running smoothly year-round. Our mobile maintenance truck will come to you and service most walk-behind and riding lawn equipment right in your yard. Just call or schedule online. Whatever the season, we'll have you tuned up, sharpened up, and geared up to mow or blow whatever Mother Nature dishes up. Contact the Smith Brothers today for service delivered.
Nothing runs like a deer. From Greenway Equipment Sales, family owned and operated since 1994.
Darling's Kia is your #1 Kia dealer in Maine, and we've got something for everyone. Whether you're shopping for an all-wheel drive gas, EV, hybrid, or plug-in hybrid, Darling's Kia has a full lineup to choose from. Plus, enjoy affordable lease programs and other incredible deals on award-winning Kias, all covered by our 10-year or 100,000-mile warranty. The best in the business. The best cars, the best prices, and the best warranty. Shop Darling's Kia. You'll do better at Darling's.
Sometimes life is a cluttered mess, but your car doesn't have to be. At Dean's Detailing, we have a variety of packages that will make your car look new again. Change your outlook. Book your appointment now at deansdetailing.com.
He can't catch a football, but he can fetch you a home. Catch Luke at Next Home Experience.
It's time for a reset. McDonald's is putting value back on the menu. Extra value meals are back, only at McDonald's.
Welcome back to Cameron Stadium here in Bangor. The Rams victorious over the Mount Blue Cougars 2-1. Ticket TV coverage is presented by Greenway Equipment Sales, your locally owned John Deere dealer. See the Smith Brothers in Bangor and Ellsworth because nothing runs like a deer. Coverage also presented by Darlings in Bangor. They've got you covered for sales service. Shop new Ford, VW, Audi, Honda, Nissan, Volvo, and Kia models or used of all makes. Visit darlings.com. All right, Ernie, we've got about 27 minutes for post-game and breakdown here before our first pitch of Game 3 of the Wild Card Series before the Red Sox and the Yankees. Let's not waste another second and get the post-game show underway with the highlights. They're presented by Next Home Experience, the market leader. Get looped and get sold.
Yeah, early pressure by Mount Blue. A shot over the top by Lincoln Tierney. Here's a corner kick from Bangor. Queso got his foot on it, but the goalie from Mount Blue knocked it out, and there was a great chance there by Nate Zelliger, but Jasper Sparks able to stop it. Good cross by Bangor, but couldn't get on it. Mosconi off the defender's leg to Raiden Sudborough off the left hand of Cooper Keller for the first goal of the game. There's a right-handed stop there by Jasper Sparks, excuse me. There's Sparks again. Now we're in second half action, coming out to beat the Mount Blue player of the ball. Zelliger with a corner kick. Sparks goes up and gets it. Prevent another threat. Here's Dom Queso with the corner to Lucas Smith. Bangs it off his head into the center of the goal. Makes it 2-0. Here's another one. But look at that. There's a defender on that corner post denying Smith a second goal. Here's Zelliger.
Great placement there.
To Tierney. Back to Zelliger, and he gets tripped up. And they're going to call the penalty there. Just 2 minutes left in the game. But this is a high-class penalty kick here. You watch Sparks guessed correctly, but didn't matter. Shot was better inside that post, and it's 2-1 suddenly with 2 minutes left. Mount Blue with another rush here, but good defense. Yeah, it might have been. I couldn't tell who it was. But nice defense nonetheless, and Bangor holds on for the 2-1 win.
Yeah, really, that to me was the key in this game, the team defense by the Rams, which allowed them to find their footing in this game initially after Mount Blue really had control of the first 5-10 minutes. And then once the Rams found their way back into the game and scored that first goal, eventually built a 2-goal lead, it was too much for the Cougars to overcome.
Yeah, Mount Blue had 5 shots on goal in the first 5 or 6 minutes, and only because of Sparks did they not have the lead. And Bangor gradually began to take control of the midfield, using their defense and midfield to kind of control the play between the 30s. And that allowed them to have a territorial advantage throughout much of the rest of the first half. Second half was, I think, more evenly played. What do I have for shots? Bangor 6 and Mount Blue 3, but more evenly played for the most part. And then Bangor got that second goal on the corner kick by Queso and the header by Lucas Smith, and that took a little pressure off. And at that point, Mount Blue sells out offensively and gets rewarded with the penalty kick there on a good play between Zelliger and Lincoln Tierney that led to the trip in the penalty box, and just a Class A penalty kick by Zelliger got it to 2-1, but with just 2 minutes left, Bangor could hold on fairly easily. Not a lot of time to hold on. One more chance, I should say, by Mount Blue in the final minute or so, but good defense by Bangor prevented the shot from even getting off, and the Rams get the 1-goal win.
A game recap brought to you by Levesque Business Solutions, your one-stop source for office equipment and office furniture. It's Levesque Business Solutions at 942-2226. This is the McDonald's post-game show where extra value meals are officially back. McDonald's is making the bold moves to put value back on the menu so you can save when you make your favorites a meal. Take advantage at your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor, as well as Wilson Street in Brewer. Time to give you the play of the game, and we got to go with the winner off the head of Lucas Smith. Dialing it back to the second goal of the contest here for the Bangor Rams.
Yeah, just an excellent two-man play. The corner kick by Dom Queso, the sophomore. Look at this, right into the center of the area, and there is Lucas Smith with the side of his head. Keller, the goalie, had gone down, and that left the whole top of the net wide open. And an accurate shot there by Smith off the header, and that gave Bangor at the time a 2-0 lead, that coming with 22:01 left in the second half.
That is our play of the game presented by Quirk Auto Group. Now time to award the player of the game, and we're giving this one to the new Bangor goalie.
Yeah, Jasper Sparks, a senior and former forward till a week or so ago, but he had showed great instincts in terms of playing goal, and didn't get the shutout because of the penalty kick, but the 3 games he's played in goal, Bangor has now allowed just 2 goals, one in the 1-1 tie against the second-ranked team in the division in Camden Hills, and a shutout over Hamden, the 2-love, and then today the 2-1 win over the Mount Blue Cougars. So strong effort by Jasper Sparks, and he's our player of the game.
And that player of the game presented by Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center. Whether you're watching some sports at the bar or taking the family out for a great meal and some fun, Hero's the place to do it all. The official sports grill of Ticket TV in downtown Bangor and at herosportsgrill.com. Coverage tonight also presented by Dean's Detailing. For over 5 decades, they've been Maine's auto detailing leader. You can book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. Northeast Driving School has been the leader in driver training since 1969. Go to northeastdrivingschool.com to select your course. Eastern Maine Community College is where every student has a story. Some are just beginning, others starting a new chapter. Wherever you are, your future can start at emcc.edu. And presented by Praise Auto Sales. If you're looking for your next ride, head to Outer Broadway where Praise has you covered. Over 40 years of trust, integrity, and dependability. You can also find them at praiseautosales.com. Let's take a quick look at the upcoming broadcasts the rest of the week on Ticket TV. A double dip tomorrow night from the Gridiron Friday Night Lights up in Old Town where the Coyotes host the Hampden Academy Broncos. Ernie, you'll be over in Herman for the Hawks versus the Riverhawks. And then on Saturday, you'll be right back here at Cameron Stadium. John Baps playing host to Maranacook in Class D.
Yeah, Class C football, the first 2 games, although Skowhegan playing at Herman. That's B against C, as Herman, one of the unbeatens, left in Class C, the statewide 13-team division. And Saturday night, another undefeated team, the John Baps Crusaders, look to go to 5-0 as they host Maranacook in the Class D North game.
We begin next week on Monday night up at the University of Maine. The new soccer field is where the Crusader girls will play host to the MDI Trojans. Only thing left to do tonight from Cameron is give credit to our Ticket TV crew around the grounds. Max Pottle down in the truck, whipping up the graphics. He was our technical director, producer as well. RJ Novio in the assistant director role, running the scoreboard. Sydney Hurst, our camera operator, and Ernie Clark joining me on the call here for a Bangor Rams 2-1 victory over the Mount Blue Cougars. This has been Class A Boys Soccer on Ticket TV.
High school sports on Ticket TV is presented by your local family-owned McDonald's on Main Street and Union Street in Bangor and Wilson Street in Brewer. Greenway Equipment Sales in Bangor and Ellsworth. Nothing runs like a deer. Darlings Auto Group. You'll do better at Darlings. Visit darlings.com. Next Home Experience, the market leader. Get looped and get sold with Next Home Experience. The Furniture Gallery, a family-owned Maine company with locations in Bangor, Augusta, and North Windham. Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center, the place to be in downtown Bangor and at herosportsgrill.com. Levesque Business Solutions, your one-stop source for office equipment and office furniture. Dean's Detailing, the leader in auto detailing since 1971. Book your appointment at deansdetailing.com. And Northeast Driving School, Greater Bangor's #1 driving school for 56 years. Eastern Maine Community College, one college, many possibilities. Visit emcc.edu. High school sports on Ticket TV is also brought to you by Maine Trailer, Dairy Queen in Old Town and Bangor, Uno Pizzeria and Grill, Acadia Federal Credit Union, Flash Me Maine Photo Booth Rentals, Autumn of Life Home Care, Black Fly Coffee, Angelo's Pizzeria, Hartford's Auto Service, UMaine Online, Old Town Redemption Center, the Coach House Restaurant, UMaine Athletics, Bennett Auto Center, Tiller and Rye, Orno and Callis IGA, The Growing Place, Bangor Tire Company, Pat's Pizza in Hamden, Union Street Laundromat and Dry Cleaning, Danforth's Down Home Supermarkets, AM Construction and Roofing, Doors Equipment Company, Hillside Athletics, The Fitch Company, Tony Murray's Fairway Auto Sales, Tim's Plumbing, The Farmer's Table, Knowlton Automotive, American Made Home Goods, Back Alley Bar and Grill, RT Electrical, Auto Radiator Services, Mainstay Skincare, Bucksport Hannaford, Mainly Audio, Maniac Snack Shack and Snip and Snack, Sweet Frog, Union Street Towing, Sweet Cheeks Bakery, Creative Options LLC, Brewer Federal Credit Union, Down East Toyota, Husson University, Harvey RV, Seaboard Federal Credit Union, Thomas College, First National Bank, Napa Auto Parts, and Hammond Lumber Company. High school sports on Ticket TV is a production of Sportsnet Maine and Sports Radio 92.9 The Ticket.